What's up, guys? Today is the Art at Home number 5, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. It's not going to necessarily be me teaching you how to make a particular art project, but instead I'm going to teach you a game that you can play with your siblings or your parents. It's kind of like using pictures to solve like a riddle. They call these things Rebuses, right? And so basically all we're going to do is we're going to draw a group of pictures that's going to try and get the person that you're playing with to say a phrase, a name, or a word, but we're just going to be drawing pictures to try and solve those riddles. All right, so I'm going to give you guys an example. Okay, so you're going to need your paper and your pencil. All right, so like one example can be, let's see. All right, I have okay, so here's one picture. Then we're going to add another picture to continue this. Okay, so here would be my rebus, and I drew 3 pictures, and all 3 pictures are going to equal the answer to this riddle or this puzzle. All right, so I'm going to give you guys some hints about the pictures themselves. So we have a sun rising, we have a person in their later years, we have another person making a funny face because of something that they ate, and it's supposed to equal all 3 of these pictures using those words that they represent are supposed to equal the answer to my rebus. Okay? So if you guys want, you guys can pause the video now and you can take some time to think about what you think these 3 words are. So this word plus this word plus this word equals your answer. So you can pause it now and you can try and figure it out, and I'm going to give you guys the answer in just a second. Okay? But once again, we have a sun that's rising. So what does this picture represent? Person in their later years. Person making a face because of something. All right? So you guys can pause it now because I'm going to give you the answer in just a second. Okay, so when the sun comes up, another word for early morning is the, anybody know? Starts with a D? The dawn. Okay. A person who is living in their older years, we usually call those people, not seniors. Well, we can call them seniors, but that's not the word I'm looking for in this particular puzzle. Okay, this person is old. And then finally, this last person here who's eating something that looks disgusting, what would that person say? What would you say if you ate something gross? You'd probably say, yuck. So if I put these 3 words together, what do you think the answer is going to be? Don, old, yuck. 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 Get it? You get the answer? So my rebus's answer was Donald Duck. Alright. So I'm going to do a few for you guys to try and figure out. I'm going to play a game with you guys. And you guys are going to try and figure out what my rebuses are. And then once you guys kind of get the idea of what kinds of things you can do and pictures you can draw for certain things, for certain words to make it work, sometimes you can kind of try to stretch it because you're not always going to find a picture that matches your words. So you want to try something that sounds similar to what the word sounds like looking back at Donald Duck here. there really isn't a word for me to put for uck, because I have Donald, and then I was using the word yuck. If you say it fast enough, you can kind of get away with it. Donald Yuck. Okay. So sometimes you got to use a little cheat like that. All right. So we're gonna start off easy. So these are easy rebuses, and the first one we're gonna do today. Well, actually, there's 3 categories. We have books, we have movies, and we have some kind of game. Okay. So we're gonna start off on easy. So if you guys can tell me what the rebus is, all right? So we're gonna start off with a game, all right? A game that people play. All right, can anybody guess what this one could be? There's 2 words. And that's supposed to give us our answer. You guys can pause it here, give it a look, maybe you guys can figure it out. I'm going to give the answer in 3 seconds. Alright, so for the first one, this is going to be a basket. And this one here, this is a circle. What else could it be? I guess I could have added more detail onto it to make it look a little bit more like something different, but I didn't want to put too much detail because it would have been a little bit too easy. So this here would be a ball. So that's the answer for our first game. Our first riddle is a game, and it was called basketball. See, basketball. All right. Gonna do another easy one. This one is a book. Yeah, my neighbors have a pig, so if you hear that squealing in the background, it's not Mr. D being hungry. It's actually a pig out back whining. Alright, so there's my first picture. Alright, so remember, this is a book. What do you guys think the answer could be? You guys probably figured it out by now. This is an easy one, so shouldn't have been too hard. I'll give you guys 3 seconds before we unpause and I give you guys the answer. Okay, here we go. So this is actually a pretty crummy picture, but it's supposed to be a dog. And this here is supposed to be a picture of a man. So my book, using this easy rebus, is Dog Man. Did you guys get that right? Kind of see what the idea is here with these rebus games. All right, let's try one more easy one before we move on to a middle puzzle. All right, this next one is going to be a movie. So that's the theme of this drawing. Yeah, I'll give you guys a minute to figure that one out. So you can pause the video here. So if you haven't figured out what this is, the type of cat, this is the king of the jungle. And this person right here is not Santa Claus, it's not a jester, it's a king. So the name of our movie is Lion King. Okay, so that's the easy rebuses. We're going to get to the medium ones now. And the medium ones are just going to be mixing words and pictures to try and get them to kind of blend together Instead of making like basket and ball to make basketball, lion and king to make lion king, we're gonna add more pictures to make up one particular word. So I'll give you guys a couple of medium pictures that we can do. Alright, so here's the first medium rebus. Alright, now this one may be a little bit more confusing, but what you can do when you have a picture or a rebus that has a lot of pictures that could be a little bit confusing for the person looking at the puzzle, you can use arrows to point at exactly what it is you want to know is happening. Like, you could see this picture here and the person might just be, say, swinging, you know, like, and that's going to be wrong because it's not swinging. But when you have something like this, are they saying thumbs up? Nope. All I want is one particular part of the picture. So I'm just going to draw an arrow pointing at what I want. This one here was a little confusing as well. And then, since I drew two people in this picture, I want the one that I want you to look at with an arrow pointed to it. So this is a game. And alright, so this one is one word, this one is one word, this one is one word. Well, actually this one is two words. So these three pictures make two words, so all three of these. So this one goes here, this one goes here, and this 1, 2, 3 pictures go here and here. Alright, so I'm going to give you guys a moment to think about what you think these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pictures are supposed to create in this rebus. You can pause it and I'll give you the answer in just a second. Okay, so getting back to this, with the answer, the first picture is of a what? Of a monkey. And remember, this is a game, type of game that you can play. Alright, and this is a picture of it's a chicken, but it's not any kind of chicken, it's not a rooster, it's a hen. Alright, so this one here, I am pointing at one particular finger, and that finger would be the what? The thumb. Okay, now this is going to cross over. The thumb is actually going to be part of one word and a second word, and this is going to be, this is not a cooking mitt, this is a boxing glove, and this little mark here that shows a little explosion is actually called a hit. And then this last picture here, we show two people. The arrow is pointing to somebody that I want you to look at, but when comparing the two people, one is what and one is what? What do you notice about the picture that stands out? This person is tall. Alright? So when you think about the game itself, the game we're talking about is monkey, hen, mid, tall. Monkey in thumb. Monkey in the middle is monkey, hen, thumb, hittle. Does that make sense? Was I stretching it a little bit on that one? Alright. Let's move on to another rebus. And we're moving on to a book. So this rebus is going to be a book, and this is the middle challenge. Alright. Alright. So now we have our book. our medium difficulty book, Rebus. You guys can look at this one. I'll give you guys a few minutes to think this one out. Go ahead and pause the video, and I will answer this in just a few seconds. Alright, so first of all, we have a picture of an animal, and this animal, can you guys guess what that is? Is a duck. Okay? And then we have a picture of another animal here, but it's not just of an animal, it's actually doing something. And I didn't just choose any kind of animal. This particular animal, when it gets scared, it does something. I could have even put a person if I wanted to say the word scared, but no, it's not scared. It's not the word cat, because actually this is going to be what the cat is actually doing. What do you think? What does a cat do when it's scared, or when it's kind of angry, when it doesn't feel comfortable? What does it do? What is this cat doing? He's hissing. Okay? So we'll put hissing as the second word, and this picture should be pretty self-explanatory. It is what? It is a hand. Okay, so when you put those three words together, you get duck hissing hand. So what do you think that is? Duck hissing hand. Duck hissing hand. Yeah. The book is the hissing hand. The book is called The Kissing Hand. So now we're moving over to the medium or the middle difficulty movie. All right. A little detail goes a long way. Alright. So this is our middle difficulty movie. And all of these clues actually create one word. Movie is one word long. Alright, so starting with the first one, we have these little fingers, and it's doing something to this piece of paper with this writing on it, or this fabric that has a design on it. What is it doing? What is this happening right here? What is this thing? Maybe I should have put the arrows pointing at what I'm actually wanting here. That way you guys can get a better look, yeah? Alright, so I'll give you guys, if you want, you can pause it again to figure out what it is. Okay, so I'll give you a few more seconds to pause it to kind of use these arrows as ways to get a hint as to what I could be talking about when it comes to a movie. So here, these fingers are doing what to the paper? It's starting to tear. So I'm going to take the word tear and add it to my answer line. And then this, we used this picture before to describe a man. Okay? This mound, this fuzzy mound with this pitchfork in it, what could that be? We don't have a lot of that here, but those of you that have or work on a farm or been to a farm, they have a lot of this stuff over here. And horses eat it. It's hay. And then finally we have the same exact picture here in the front. So I'm just going to assume that that is also the word tear. So when you put the four words together to create the movie name, tear, man, hay, tear. Tear, man, hay, tear. Terminator. 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 You guys ever see that movie before? I hope not. It's rated R. Okay, so that is our middle difficulties. And for those of you that want a chance the hard difficulties, which is just me getting even more crazy with the words that don't make any sense in their place, you'd be like, oh, come on now, you're a little bit pushing it with these pictures here, Mr. D. All right, This is just for fun, guys. You can come up with your own puzzles, play with your siblings, play with your parents, okay? This is all for fun. We're all quarantined. We're all going a little crazy. Alright, so we're going to start off with, what did we start with the first time? Games, yeah? Alright, so we'll start with a game. This is the difficulty, hard difficulty. So, here we go. Alright, so this is the hard difficulty for the game. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pictures here. And it's only actually 3 words. So all 3 of these words make 2 different words. Oops. So these 3 words make the 2 words, and this one makes the final word. Okay, can any of you guys guess this? Can they guess this game? I'm gonna put an arrow here because I only want this particular part of this picture. I'll give you guys a few seconds to pause the video because I'm gonna give you the answer in just a second. Okay, you guys had some time? Figure it out. It's a hard one. Alright, so here we have a picture of a needle, and it's pulling thread here. So what do you call it when you put something together using needle and thread? Anybody know? Starts with an S. So, needle pulling thread. Okay, the next word. This right here, this entire thing. Does anybody know what that is? It's a purse. It may not be the best purse ever drawn, but it was meant to be a purse. Some kind of bag. Definitely not a clutch because it has a strap there. All right, and then this picture here is of a boat. Some of you guys may have known that, but this wooden post that sticks out of the boat here that it's pointing at. What do they call that? You guys know? That's a mast. Alright, so we have the first 2 words with these 3 pictures. And this right here, you guys probably can tell what kind of animal that is. It's a horse, but when you look at the picture itself, it's distorted. And the reason why it's distorted is because it's going to make up the last word. And what it's trying to express is how wide this horse is. Not necessarily fat, but it's wide. And what's another word for wide? It's not a wide horse. It's what? What do you think? Another word for wide is starts with a B. Broad. So this is actually a broad horse. And remember, I could have used anything to make the word broad, but I also put horse, okay? I also used the horse to create this word, so it's broad horsed. Okay, broad horse, okay. So now I have so, purse, mast, broad horse. So when you put those things together, these 3 words become 2 words. So, purse, mast. 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 And the last one is broad horse. I might be stretching this one. Super smashed broad horse. Super smash broad horse. It's a game. Super Smash Broad Horse. Alright, so the answer to this game is Super Smash Brothers. Super Smash Broad Horse. I know, it was hard. It was a little bit hard to think of the horse there. The names of these games were given to me by my family members. They said, oh, try this, try this, try that. So this is my creativity at work, and that's what you get. It's hard. Very, very hard, so moving on. Alright, so now we're going to do the hard difficulty on a book. So I'm going to write the word here. We're doing a book. Alright, this one should be a little bit easier than the so purse mast broad horse. So here we go. Okay, so this is a book. The difficulty is hard, and you guys have to figure out what book this is by using these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pictures. The book is only 2 words long, but it uses these 5 pictures to get there. And don't think I need to put any arrows on this one. It's pretty straightforward, unless you're looking at the this stopwatch or clock or wristwatch or whatever. I'm looking for the time. So if you know, that in itself is a pretty hard thing for you guys to find out. What time is it pointing at? Okay, so that's the only hint I'm really going to give you for this one. So go ahead and try and figure this one out. This is the hard difficulty for the book. Okay, now that we're unpaused, I can help you guys with solving this puzzle. So the first picture is of a cap. It's not any particular, it's not like just a general hat, it's a cap, because this is what they call ball caps and stuff, yeah, with this little bill in the front. Those are caps. Alright, the next one, it is pointing at what time? Long hand is at the 12, short hand is pointing towards the, what number is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is what time? It's 10. Alright, this particular person has a uniform that you would see certain people dressed up as for a job. Okay, and this person is a, what do you think? You might not know this one, but she's a nun. Okay, and then this one here, you guys know this face. I hear you guys talking about this face quite often. This is the derp face. People say, oh, it's so derpy. So it's a derp. And we have a type of animal here. Looks like an insect. It has 6 legs. It has a large abdomen. And it has antennas and little pinchers on top of the front of the mouth. And there's more than one. And what kind of animal that is? They're ants. Alright. You guys can figure this one out pretty easy. Captain Nun Derp Ants. Captain Nun Derp Ants. Did you guys get that? Was that too difficult? Much easier than the last one of the broad horse. This is the last one that you guys are gonna have. So let's see if you can solve it, okay? So that's it. So this puzzle is 3 words long. So all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pictures create this 3-word long movie. So see if you guys can figure that one out. I'll let you pause it and I'll give you the answer in just a few seconds. Alright. So take a look at this. What do we have here? We have the moon, we have stars. What could that possibly be? Not the sky. It's a particular time of day. It would be the night. It's the night. Okay, here we have a picture of a horse. I guess if I wanted to add a little bit more... If I wanted to add a little bit more information or detail to my picture. I could have put the tail and a bow. I could have gave her long eyelashes. Maybe even some lipsticks, since it's a cartoon picture. What do you call a girl horse? It's a mare. Female horse is called a mare. This picture is of a type of insect. What kind of insect is that? It's a bee. Buzzing bee. This picture is of a utensil that you use to eat. What do you think that is? It's not a thing you use in the hay. You use this to eat, and it's called a fork. Okay. Alright, so coming down to the bottom here, we have the hand and the arm, but it's pointing at the bend here between the palm and the arm, forearm, which would be the what? What is this part here? It's a wrist. And finally, this last picture probably was the hardest thing for you guys to understand. Now, if you look, what is this? It is a dartboard, and these are a bunch of darts. They're sticking out of the wall instead of sticking out of the dartboard. So what happens when you throw a dart and it doesn't make it into the dartboard? What do you call that? You call it a miss. So the answer to this one is nightmare, bee fork, wrist, miss. You guys do that? Nightmare, bee fork, wrist, miss. Nightmare, bee fork, wrist, miss. Nightmare, bee fork, wrist, miss. Alright, so that's today's art lesson. It's just a game for you guys to play with your family. Hopefully something for you to do over this upcoming long weekend while we are spending a nice extended weekend home together with your family. Hopefully most of your family is off this weekend to spend time with you folks, and you can introduce them to this Rebus game. Get creative. Don't get yourself bored. Always come up with different ideas to keep yourself busy, and keep up the great work. We'll see you next time.